Jamat Kasandu here for ESPN, and I'm with Michael Venom Page. And
One and only.
Michael, you're like a London bus mate. We wait for ages for you to compete, and then two come along at once. A couple of weeks ago, you fought David Rickles, SSC, and then quick turnaround here for your second boxing match. How did that come about? Was it already in the plans and the works, or did it come around quite quickly?
It was in the plans in terms of me. That was my goal. If it was completely up to me, I would have fought on the 5th for the David Belly 2. I would have fought then straight after on the 25th, and then again on the 15th. If it was down to me, there's a lot more that needs to go on in the background to make those kind of decisions. It's not down on me. So I think because they knew I had missed out on that opportunity, this went very well, and obviously I'm probably not going to have another MMA fight immediately as much as I would want to, because there's a lot of planning and preparation and promotion that needs to go into that. Cool. So I said to them, can I like immediately afterwards, we're like, so there's this boxing fight on the 15th, can I do it? And they were like, yeah, no problem. So yeah, I was like, let's get on it now.
We've spoken about this in the past. You missed the frequency of competition that you've had in your kickboxing days. So is it nice to have a quick turnaround like this?
Oh man, this feels amazing. Like even before, after we actually confirmed this one, I was speaking to Nicole and I was saying, do you guys have one in July? Because I'm like, I'll happily jump and go again, but unfortunately they don't. So I've got to look at other options at that time. But yeah, for me, I'm so used to every weekend going from Birmingham to flying to Scotland to then going over, like every weekend we're going somewhere and we're fighting all day, all weekend, and regardless of you could injure yourself and then you're still going for the next that is what I'm used to. So it's been very difficult in general, and it's been even more difficult because that's kind of dropped off over the last couple of years. So I just want to get back in.
And I guess is it nice to have that flexibility with someone like Scott Coker, who understands you want to compete. He's supportive of your boxing career. Just jump on a call with him and say, hey, can I do this? And he's like, yep, go for it.
It makes a massive difference having people that are on side with what you're doing, and they actually care about your opinions of what you want to do with your career. It's not just solely on well, it's our show, we want you to be like this and this and that. They're very supportive, and it helps. And I think the more they see me perform and stuff, the more they're going to have more faith in me being more active in general. And maybe like say this kind of opportunity comes again, I may have been given the opportunity to go on the 5th and then come back and. But that's going to take time. Obviously, they need to see me be active a bit more, and those kind of things will happen. So I'm fingers crossed. You will still see me just turning over regularly.
So clearly, your boxing career, which started in November of last year, that wasn't a one and done.
Yeah.
This is a serious career path for you moving forward, right?
Yeah. For me, at the moment, I'm the king of the 4 rounds. I call anybody, absolutely anybody in boxing, to try and challenge me in 4 rounds. I don't think anybody can figure me out in 4 rounds. When you start getting into I'd say the 8s to be honest, but 8s to 12s, it's going to be more difficult for me because now I actually have to be a boxer. In terms of the endurance in my arms, in terms of the energy of your legs are soaked up differently being in a ring than it does in a cage. It's just completely different, and the stopping of the rounds, it's just different. So. That's going to take me a little bit of time, but right now I'm good to go against anybody. Give me 4 rounds, give me 6 rounds, I'm ready to go.
So with that in mind, what is the ceiling here? Do you eventually want to get to a stage where you're like, okay, you know what? I've got an amazing opportunity here in boxing. I need to put in a full camp because I've got a 12-round fight.
If I've got the target, then I know what I'm shooting at, and I know what I need to prepare for. And that does mean if I get given a big fight. I say to the Bellator guys, look, there's a big fight here, just give me this time off so I can completely focus on the boxing, get this guy out of the way, which is amazing for everybody. That kind of promotion is still good for Bellator as well, and I think they understand that. It's good for my profile, so it's going to be good for them. And yeah, 100%, if I get given that shot. But what's difficult at the moment is people do know who I am. They understand I'm a complicated puzzle to solve. So we're calling out certain guys now, and we're not getting responses. They're like, there's no need for me to even put myself in that situation. and everyone understands boxing. You know, people are really proud of their records and stuff. It's very different to MMA. It's very hard to keep a winning record. I'm glad I've been able to do so far, and hopefully I can continue. But it's very difficult in MMA to kind of keep a winning record. But in boxing, it's completely different, and people are very proud of that winning record because it does take them to the next level. It does take them to bigger contracts. It does take them to bigger shows. And so I do understand it, but it's frustrating for me coming in, trying to get decent fights and not being given them just because people are just avoiding it. And it's too easy to see that that's a headache. They can watch any one of my videos and be like, I don't need it. So for now, I just got to go through whatever route it is to get a ranking, get as many fights as I can. So I'm now eligible to call these guys out, and they can't really say no because I'm officially a boxer. Like I've got a record, and you have to take this seriously now. So yeah, I'm taking it serious.
So your first boxing match was in November. How much has your boxing skill set specifically improved since then?
Well, you saw me open somebody's eye with a shot just the other day, and I think it has played a part massively. My upper body feels that much stronger. A lot of my strikes, I've actually said this from the beginning, I don't believe like I'm a power puncher, although I've got quite a lot of knockouts on my record. I think it's because of my speed and timing and my accuracy that I kind of stun people. Like they get stunned, they fall over, and then they're kind of like just for a second in that world where like what's going on, and that's enough for the referee to say, fight's over. Whereas now I feel like I've got a different kind of power to me as well, where just standing, twisting my hips, I can actually put people over and stuff. And I think that has come from the fact that we've adjusted our training, not just in the boxing, but just in we're doing a bit more weights and stuff. So it's a big difference right now, big difference.
So the fight's at 175 pounds, which is the boxing equivalent of light heavyweight. Mm-hmm. You're used to cutting down to 170.
Yeah.
So does that make a difference at all in terms of your performance?
100%. I think the only reason we did that this time, in all honesty, we are focusing on staying relative weight. So it'd be super middleweight in the boxing. Yeah, so it'd be like 79, whatever it is. So we are wanting to stay at relative weight. But because it is so close, like, there's no point in me stressing my body out again to have to do that. So this has probably been the easiest cut because I basically didn't have to cut. When we confirmed the fight, I was at 80 kgs, so I actually had to put on weight to get the fight. So I was like, this is perfect. I can just sit here, sit comfortable, train hard, still felt sharp, and then just jump in and get the job done.
You know, weight cut is a major issue in the sport. It's a hot topic right now. Yeah. For your last fight against Rickles, you weighed in the morning.
Yeah.
Do you like the early morning weigh-in? Do you prefer the afternoon? What's your preference for that?
100% it has to be morning weigh-in. And it's something that I actually said when I first went into my first Bellator fight. I remember getting the schedule and I'm like, you guys are weighing in at 5 o'clock. And they're like, yeah. I was like, in London, because I was doing the cage rage, like 9 o'clock we'd walk in and there's a guy there ready to check your weight. You can stay around and wait for your opponent, or you can have faith in the person that's actually doing it. It's up to you, but it's like, let's get this out of the way. Why are we making you, like, you guys are, some fighters are the most miserable at that particular time. And then you've got guys trying to give you rules meetings and this and all this unnecessary stuff that can be done afterwards once people feel good and actually are probably more responsive to what you're saying and suggesting. And it took them like 3 years before they were like, guess what, Mike? We've got a really cool idea. And I'm like, oh great. I already said this from before, but weighing in right at the beginning is way better. Awesome.
David Haye is your promoter as a boxer. Obviously, he's on the news this week, officially announcing his retirement. What does it mean to you? What do you think his legacy is in boxing as well?
Like, people don't. Sometimes I feel people don't appreciate, because especially fans, they can be quite fickle with what happened last. So they forget to pay attention to the career. His career is amazing. Like there's people that in boxing that will kill to have a career like him, kill to be a figure like him. He's you start naming all the big British boxing heavyweights, or the Frank Brunos and this, the Lennox Lewis. David Haye's there as well, and there's very few people that can say that they are there. There's certain people even now that are recognized names that I believe when they retire won't be a recognized name. Whereas David for me, is completely different. I feel like David's legacy that he has left from what he's achieved in boxing is going to last forever. He's always going to be a name that you will always remember. For his character, how he's carried himself, the controversy of him as well, some of the stuff that he's done in, having fights in weigh-ins. Like there's loads of stuff. He's got the whole package there, and for me that's gonna last forever. I think he's done absolutely amazing. He's done the right thing. He didn't make a decision at the emotional time of losing that fight, which a lot of people sometimes do. They're very sporadic. They're just like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm done. A bad performance, I'm out. And then, when they actually settle down, they want to come back in again. And they realize that afterwards, but he took the time. This is how you can see how much of an intelligent person he is. He took the time to say, look, this is not a good time for me to make a decision. Let me step away from cameras. Let me just be with myself and figure out what I want to do, whether I want to continue, whether I don't. And he's come to the conclusion that he doesn't want to continue. And I'm happy for him either way, because I feel like I said, his legacy is going to live on, and whatever he does from now on, you're still going to hear about him. It's still going to be people wanting to line up, take pictures, and listen to what he's got to say. He's doing something in the promotion. I'm happy to be a part of that as well. So I'm seriously massively proud of him in general, and I'm happy he's come to this place. I think he's at peace with himself.
How many fights are you signed with Haymaker Ringstar on your contract with them?
It's more like, again, it's just a partnership, because we're kind of helping each other. I want to do boxing. He's giving me the opportunity to open the door, but at the same time, we want to try and drag fans from both sides. So I want to drag boxing fans over to the mixed martial arts world. Mixed martial arts want to drag fans to the boxing world, and so we're just doing a fight at a time, which is perfect. So after we've done a fight, perfect. Next fight. When do you want to do this? And we understand it. We're helping each other out, and it's good to have that kind of flexibility and freedom.
And with Bellator, you've got one fight left in your contract.
I've got a couple.
A couple?
Yeah, so I've got two.
So you got two?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a time limit as well, though.
So you have to have those fights by a certain month of this year or next year?
This year.
So they have to give you two fights.
So yeah, it's basically So if they don't, I think it does expire. So the likeliness is probably I want to get one more fight. If that's my aim, I don't regardless contracts or not. I want to get one more fight in. I'm speaking to them about it. To be fair, we're talking about renegotiating anyway.
Okay, great.
That's not even on the current contract's not even the issue right now. We're talking about let's moving forward, which is good.
That's great. So I guess having the flexibility and the support to do boxing, that's going to come into it's going to play a part in your renegotiation with these guys, right?
100%. But I'm lucky enough at the moment, and I wish I had found these guys so much earlier to be with Paradigm Sport Management. They are crazy experienced, and we went back and forth with them quite a lot before I even signed with them. And then once we sat down with a plan, and I think things are just gonna be that much better now as well. I have people that are looking out for that side of it, and I'm gonna let them deal with it. They're gonna come back to me. Obviously, I'm gonna say, I'm happy with this, or I'm not happy with that, and then just let them deal with it again. And it's good to be confident in someone that can deal with that side, because then I'm able to focus on my brand. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do the t-shirts. I'm trying to do this. There's other stuff that I'm trying to do. There's other stuff, even personally, that I'm trying to achieve, invest in. It allows me to just focus on that, and I feel like I have so much more time to do that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say.
And my final question for you: when you close your eyes and you envision the fight playing out in your mind on Friday night, it's a 4-round fight. How do you get it done?
Oh no, everyone wants a knockout, and I want a knockout. That's the most important. I want to knock out. I want to put on another show. I want to show people how dangerous I am. I want to show people how much I've improved in my boxing, and then just move on to the next one. So 100% we're getting a knockout.
Good luck, Mike. Nice one.